Didn't have a whole lot of base runners tonight, but the long ball certainly came into play. And, you know, Wheeler's one of the game's best, and so he doesn't give up a lot of homers. But, you know, tonight we had 4 really good swings and had a great pitching performance by Robo, and that's all we needed.
You gave up 14 runs in the last 3 starts. What did you see so different?
I thought tonight the biggest thing was the velocity. I don't know what his average was, but it ticked up a couple miles an hour. With that, he was getting a lot of end zone swing and miss. The slider was good, but I think for me it was just the uptick in fastball velocity, and just those guys had to honor it. And you know, when you can reach back for 97, you know, it makes life a lot easier.
We've seen him have so much success even when he doesn't have the swing and miss. Like, what does opening up that extra velocity, the extra swing and miss sort of do for him?
I think it just gives him way more margin. You know, I think that, you know, early on his, you know, first 5 or 6 starts, whatever, there's a lot of balls in play. You know, obviously some soft contact balls at guys, but you're obviously bringing the fielders into play. And tonight, probably his best outing. You know, I think that, you know, when you can take out the fielders and get the swing and miss, the strikeouts like he did. I think he got 9 strikeouts tonight. Really dominant performance against a really good ball club.
When we see Wroblewski come in and we see him slow play the curve, see him unlock things mechanically with the fastball below, how have you seen him mature overall as a starter?
I think now it's like, and even when he didn't have that same velocity and still getting guys out, and then you look at the last 3 before tonight where he was kind of just sort of just, you know, fine, just okay. But for him to not run from a really good team who's playing really well, I think that, you know, that just shows, and I know I talk about growth and maturity a lot, but there's a lot of tests that young pitchers have to, and young players have to continue to pass and boxes to check. And, you know, when you get hit in the mouth a couple times and see how you respond and you don't run from it, that's telling. And so tonight, obviously he had much better stuff, but he was on the attack, and that was just really good to see that performance.
You won 13 of your last 15 here. What have you seen like differently in the swings, I guess, you guys have taken advantage of?
I think there's just more intent. I think, yeah, we hit 4 homers tonight. We didn't, you know, put a lot of hits together, but I still thought that we were still on the aggressive side of things offensively. And I think that, you know, I think since that Angels series, I thought that we really came out aggressive. And even in the Padres series, we didn't score a bunch of runs, but I still felt with the pitching we were facing, we still swung the bats well. And then we did the same thing, you know, in Milwaukee and then against the Rockies here this last series. So tonight, again, I just like the intent.
The other day, Otani said that he felt offensively that he was close. Do you see that?
I do. And even, you know, that last at bat, taking some pitches, taking some good swings, and then getting a 3-2 breaking ball, backdoor breaking ball, and lining it up the middle, that's when you know you're locked in. And I don't even think he got that first one, the homer, really well, but still got under it and hit it enough to hit a homer, and then bring in the lefty, and then he gets a base hit up the middle, hard up the middle. So those are good signs.
To go back to Justin, we've asked a couple times, like, how sustainable the success felt with the way he was doing it earlier? How much more sustainable does it feel when he's pitching like he did tonight?
This is sustainable, and that's where I think that, yeah, he's had good outings, he's chewed up a lot of innings, but when you can get the swing and miss in the zone, that's kind of a separator for any pitcher. Thanks, guys. Yep.
Second time in Zach Wheeler's career, he's given up 4 home runs in a game. What do you think you guys were doing well to be able to attack those pitches?
I mean, we just weren't missing the few mistakes he made. You know, overall, he didn't pitch that bad of a game tonight. It just, you know, we didn't have a whole lot of traffic out there, but we took advantage of the few mistakes he made, and you know, it was good for us to do that.
How's your wrist feeling right now? Is it just good to see a result like that? You're kind of coming back from
I mean,
this?
it's always good to see that kind of result, but yeah, I mean, it still hurts, obviously, but I'm able to play through it, and yeah, it's just barrel's dropping a little bit right now, but that's to be expected. So just trying to make some of those adjustments. You know, so getting that kind of result tonight, obviously, it feels great.
How difficult is it to slug like that against a guy like Wheeler?
I mean, his numbers kind of speak for himself. It's not easy, but you know, like I said, we were able to take advantage of some mistakes tonight, and you know, it was good for us to do that.
A few weeks ago, when you guys were kind of having trouble scoring runs, you kind of there was some talk about how the mechanics stuff, guys were trying to maybe kind of fix that part of it. When did you start feeling that starting to turn?
Honestly, it just feels like it was part of the season. You know, I don't know what guys are working on right now, but you know, it was one of those stretches where I told you guys it was kind of a lull of the season, and you know, it's one of the ups and downs, and I also told you guys we'd be playing really good in about 2 weeks from then, and here we are. So it's just part of the season. It's ups and downs, and you know, right now guys are competing, and that's good to see.
How fun was it to watch Justin just kind of like blow guys away with his fastball tonight?
Yeah, it was fun. He was really good tonight. You know, it was nice to see him out there and you know, commanding his pitches, mixing it well, keeping them off balance, and you know, just kind of get that grit on some of those pitches and fire it past them. You know, a couple more strikeouts than usual tonight, so it was fun to watch. And you know, the way he was pitching, you kind of had the feel that like he might be able to go the distance on it, but you know, he pitched really, really well tonight.
This is 13 wins in the last 15 games. Does it feel like you guys are out on a tear?
Honestly, it just feels like we're showing up every day and playing baseball, and you know, that's how it felt when we were playing bad, and that's how it feels when we're playing good, and that's the way you want it to be. You want to go out there and do your work every single day, and you know, you don't want to chase the highs, you don't want to lull in the lulls, so you just want to keep going about your business every single day, and that's what it feels like we're doing.
Thank you. What was behind the lively of your fastball tonight?
Yeah, just something clicked for me. I felt good. Feel like my mechanics are back in a good spot, and yeah, I was just throwing a little harder, and obviously that always helps.
What was it about the mechanics that kind of clicked in place?
I can't tell you the exact thing. I mean, I don't really know what exactly it was, but yeah, I just felt better today. Felt like I was, I don't know, just everything felt like it was in sync again, and I felt back to normal, like as opposed to how I've been honestly all year.
Was that something you felt like in bullpens between this, or like before this game?
I think the back half of my last start, if you look at the last 3 innings of that start, I mean, I was back up to normal. I think I hit 98 there in the 4th or 5th inning of that game. So yeah, I felt just kind of back to normal, and yeah, it kind of carried into tonight.
Even with how good you've been this year, has it kind of felt like there was more there, especially with the fastball? It's like 96, 97, you're doing a lot last year. Just kind of get back to that.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of felt like a little bit of a missing piece, just kind of something that I know I have in me, and it would make me better. And obviously tonight I had that, and it made me better. Along with, I think we just did a great job with the plan for these guys. I think, you know, internal scouting, everybody just top to bottom did a really good job. Will called a really good game. So hats off to kind of everybody involved.
We've talked so much about how you kind of pitch to contact and not needing the strikeouts to be successful, but how fun is it when you can go out there and not only get 9 punch outs, but have them all be with the fastball and just kind of overpower guys?
Yeah, it's a lot more fun, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, no, obviously, like I've said before, any way you can get outs in the major leagues, I think you're going to take them. But yeah, obviously you love to see more strikeouts just because, you know, all the expecteds love the strikeouts and everything else, which is honestly, there's give and take to it, and I think it is important and something kind of we've been working towards. So it's good to see kind of the work we've been putting in kind of just come to fruition a little bit today with more punch outs. So that was good to see.
That you were able to, the last 2 months, find success without having the fastball be like you're used to. Now that you do have it, how does that change your game and allow you to pitch even more differently? Yeah,
I think it just honestly gives me more confidence to kind of go out there and attack even more. You know, today we really didn't use much other than the 4-seam and the slider. I mean, we were mixing in sinkers here and there, but you know, I think I threw 1 curveball, 2 change-ups, splitter things, and then everything else was fastball, slider. So it just gives me the confidence to go out there and pitch with my strengths and kind of use them the way that I know how. I felt like today almost that you were pitching like you would if you were a reliever. How have you been able to blend the two to feel still feel like Justin Robleski out there? Yeah, I think today was definitely more of I need to get through this first inning clean, just to kind of give the guys, you know, just let the guys know like I'm going to do my thing today and try to, you know, get us back in the dugout as quick as I can, just because I know Wheeler's a really, really good pitcher, and I knew today it was going to take a lot of zeros to beat him. So, yeah, I just go out there with that attack mentality and, you know, see what happens.
As you were going through the outing, were you kind of aware, like, back of your mind that you hadn't given up a hit?
Yeah, I knew. I was pissed when I gave up that hit. It sucks, especially, you know, to Schwarber there. He's obviously a guy like, you know, that can do damage when he gets hits, and it's frustrating to give up a homer right there as the first hit of the game. I know, you know, whatever. Like I'm gonna look back and be mad about that, but at the same time, I'm happy with the outing. yeah, he put a good swing on a good pitch and hit an absolute bomb. So it's part of the game.
You were kind of nodding when he hit it. Was that just really, he got me?
No, I looked at him, and that's how I know if hitter got it or not. If you kind of look at their reaction, and I knew he got it. I've seen that 1,000 times. I grew up a Cubs fan, so I've seen him do that a lot. So I knew kind of what it looks like when he hits a homer, and he got me today.
Lack of swing and miss, like how much did that bother you or affect you at the beginning of the season, and how much were you kind of trying to find what that work was?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was something that like bothered me. It was just something that was out of the norm for me. It felt like it was just like I was happy with getting a bunch of outs, but it was like weird kind of how the outs were coming. And like I said, like you're always going to take outs, but yeah, you want a little more swing and miss. I'm not saying I have to go out there and punch everybody out, but you know, it was a little odd, and yeah, tonight kind of fell back to normal.
Justin, you're in the top 10 in LPL right now. I know you expect to be there, but how would you assess how the season's been for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously it's been good. Anytime, you know, you can be on a list with a lot of great pitchers like that, you're having a good year. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of places I can grow and continue to get better. And each outing, that's kind of the goal for me, is to learn and get better and see if I can grow each outing.
That Marsh strikeout seemed like a really good example of how your fastball and slider can kind of play off each other. Will you break down like how you're setting him up with the slider for that last?
Yeah, and that specific at bat, I think, what was it, the second or third time through when I got him, I think I used like a quick pitch fastball, like a modified slide step out of the windup fastball, and I think it kind of caught him off guard to get to 2 strikes, and then just kind of opened up some space there for the strikeout. But yeah, he got me last year, and I didn't want him to get me again, so it was good to get him there.
Yeah, Justin, you came out firing tonight. You took a no-hitter into the 6th inning, a career-high 9 Ks. What was working for you?
Yeah, I just think, you know, internal scouting, I think we did a really good job of kind of creating a game plan for today, and we went out there and executed. I think we stayed on the attack pretty well. Will obviously called a great game and had a great game hitting too, so yeah, it's just a whole lot of support and just a good outing in general.
Your velocity was up tonight, averaged more than a mile per hour faster. You touched 97 a couple of times. What's behind that increase?
Yeah, I think something clicked for me today. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I felt back to myself today as opposed to kind of the way I've been. I've kind of been searching a little bit for that extra tick that I usually have. So it was encouraging tonight to kind of see that and kind of see the fastball play like I know it can play.
You've been trending that way the last couple of starts. Is there something you've been working on to increase the velo?
Not anything in particular, just kind of getting back to being me, getting back to just the normal stuff that allows me to throw hard. And yeah, just I think also too, it's just part of a long season. I have ups and downs. I usually throw harder in June. That's just kind of the way it's been for me. So we're almost to June, and maybe that's just what's happening.
You talked about the offense behind you, homers in the 1st, in the 2nd, and the 3rd, again in the 5th. Does that take some pressure off of you, seeing those guys go do that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you know you have an offense like we have, I mean, obviously it gives you confidence to go out there and just attack and try to get him back in the dugout. And then for me, just going against a guy like Zach Wheeler, I know, you know, he's a stud. He's someone I've watched forever, and, you know, super cool to kind of get to go against a guy like that. So I know he's going to put up zeros, so I got to do the same, and yeah, it's just see if we can win a ball game.
Thanks, appreciate it, Justin.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
Now, Justin Robleski certainly had it working tonight. Says, you know, just the warmer weather gets him going again. He's a June guy. Well, late May worked out for him as he struck out 9, allowed 1 in. The Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-2. We'll be back to wrap it up.
Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up, yeah! Yes, show! Talk, 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 talk.
Hey, see, the center fielder is wearing them too. The ball haunts. Yours got way more swag styles because his are all white.
Hey, what'd you say?
Yeah, you're next.
Bro, that was strike 3. It actually wasn't ball 4, it was strike 3. Like a clip of all clips. On the down and away. Yeah, I know, that's like you gotta sell it. That's sick. I love LA.
LA seems pretty sweet to Alex Call on this World Championship roster, and we take a look at our drone cam throughout the night, brought to you by Goodyear. Drone cam does pretty well for itself here at Dodger Stadium.
Beautiful. The night was beautiful. appreciate the Ricola shout out, but you look at that, man, the Cathedral of Los Angeles, Dodger Stadium.
Our pregame predictions brought to you by BetMGM tonight. Well, if you took the Dodgers, that was a good way to go. Shohei, Freddie, and the Dodgers themselves all putting the pregame predictions into the green. With Dontrell Willis, I'm Wayne Randazzo. Justin Robleski really just outstanding tonight.
Took him only 88 pitches to get through 7. Also had more ground balls than fly balls, so it was nice to see him be able to throw that fastball down in the zone. And he threw the fastball with conviction, man. And so I think mechanically he felt sound, grip it and rip it. And it wasn't just the fastball on the glove side. Second and third time through the lineup, he was throwing that fastball and that breaking ball on the arm side. It was just too much to cover.
Well, you have a few homers behind him, too, and you get a good starting pitching performance, and that's how you can drop a win. Freddie Freeman took Zach Wheeler deep in the first inning, Max Muncy in the second. The Dodger left-handers damaging Wheeler early on, and then Shohei got him in the third.
Well, the teeth of the lineup really having fun, and they're always going to step up, especially with Clayton Kershaw in the stands, and just sit back and watch this show, man. There's not too many humans in baseball that can muscle up a baseball like that down in the zone, but I love this swing. I think this is the type of swing that's really going to get Will Smith going. Baseball out over the plate, showing muscle, driving that Oppo Taco, who's hungry.
Dodgers are second in runs scored, first in runs allowed. You're going to win a lot of games that way.
The bullpen's been outstanding. The rotation's been outstanding. And right now, even though they have some injuries in that lineup, the core guys are still playing at a high level. You know, on pace for a quiet 100 wins this season thus far.
Trying to win their third straight championship, looking to be the first National League team to ever do that. They beat the Phillies here tonight, 4-2. Next week, Friday Night Baseball is back. 2 games side by side, a pair of 8:15 Eastern time. First pitches, the AL Central leading Guardians are in Texas to tussle with the Rangers. The Royals are at Target Field against their division rival, the Twins. Pre-game coverage live from the studio at 7:30 Eastern. For other scores, highlights, and the latest news from around MLB, check out the Sports tab in the Apple News app. For Dontrell Willis, Heidi Watney, and our great crew, I'm Wayne Randazzo. We say goodnight from L.A., where the Dodgers defeated the Phillies 4-2 at Dodger Stadium. We'll talk to you again next week.